It's waiver wire time, boys
Hey.
and girls. So let's get after it because it's time for week 14 on the wire. And I've got some players that I want to add. I've got 2 Twinkies, several pitchers, but not the kind of Twinkies with the cream filling, which are you a Twinkie guy? I'm a Hostess cupcake guy with the squiggle lines. That's always been my go-to.
Definitely look like a Twinkie guy, but no, definitely
you
not.
Just look like a Twinkie.
Yeah. No,
you look like that Twinkie cowboy. You know, the cowboy and the Twinkies. You know, you could. It's a good costume for you. You could pull that off.
Where we get the facial hair back and cover up some of the double chin. Hey there, partner, got the hair. Maybe. Yeah, no, I'm more of a Hostess cupcake guy. You know what are underrated?
What?
Blow all your minds.
Zingers.
Zingers.
Zinger.
Trash with the coconut on it. Now, I'm not an anti-coconut guy.
Remember those fruit pies? Well, you know, you're a little younger than me. The fruit pies from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Like the nuclear fruit inside of them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The what is it? Nuclear. I always say that wrong. Like the green sludge that would come out for the
nuclear guy.
I know it's a very
there should be a waiver wire segment in here. Let's do the waiver wire and then we'll talk more about the
zingers
nuclear fillings of the fruit pie. Spencer Turnbull, he's the filling you need. See that transition in your fantasy rotation as a starter this year in 6 starts, a 1.67 ERA, as a reliever 4.26. Not as good, but Taijuan Walker goes to the IL, which means Spencer Turnbull is back, and he's available in 55% of leagues. He's just 31 years old. Welsh, this was a guy that we talked about, I want to say like week 2. I think he was on my waiver wire video, somewhere around there. And eventually he did get bounced as we thought he might. But you know what? He's going to get another opportunity. Walker hasn't been good. It would not shock me if Spencer Turnbull, if he pitched well, might stick in that rotation. Do you think that's a hot take, or do you think Spencer Turnbull is just a patchwork guy for a couple starts here?
No, I don't think it's like, I don't think that's crazy at all. Like he was there. Like they might have to, go through and adjust this rotation, and they might need him. Today is going to be a big sign. The Tigers, middling team, they've got some decent offensive weapons. If he can go out there, I'm betting on them today as we're going to talk about it. And if he can have a good start, this could be a nice little run here. Great streaming option. At this point, really great streamer right now. And that's what waivers can be all about.
All right, next one here. Again, it's a stash available in 80% of leagues. Brooks Lee, shortstop from the Minnesota Twins organization. He's in 346 with 4 homers and an OPS over 1,000 in 12 games for St. Paul so far. It's been unbelievable. Now, the problem is where does he come up and play, Welsh? That seems to be the tricky part. He did get a start at second base, so there's opportunity here. Edward Julian did not perform. Lee could be a guy that if he hits for another couple weeks, maybe we see him after the All-Star break, but I want to add him now before that. I want to be ahead of the curve there. Your thoughts on Brooks Lee? You're the prospect guy. I know maybe it's not the clearest path, but I want to be ahead, and I want to get this guy on the cheap right now instead of blowing all that fab when he gets the call-up. And I know the rookies haven't been great since the call-ups, but this is one of 2 Twins on my list this week.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing a prospecting with the Welsh segment here. I would have probably put him on there because I'm in lockstep with you. There was legit conversation around Brooks Lee in early spring training. And then we ended up finding out that he suffered, forgetting what it was, but he suffered some injury in spring training that then held him out for like the first month of minor league. So all of that moved away. But this guy, this is a major league ready pro bat. There's not a lot of stolen base in the profile, but he fits that mold. Lower strikeouts than what Edward Julian had. This like really great ability to get on base, but I've said it a gajillion times. He would drive to 2 strikes. He'd be super passive until 2 strikes and then get aggressive. And
his approach at the big league level was poor. I'm sorry. It was not the same approach I saw him take in spring training 2 years ago. It was not the same approach I saw him in minor league at bats. He tried for too much power. That's why I think.
Well, I always saw that one, and he just never fixed it. And it's like you want to see maturation from these guys, and he kind of kept that. Brooks Lee, though, there's big power. The profile definitely could end up being at second base. I think that makes the most sense because Royce and Correa have that left side of the infield taken. I wouldn't be surprised if even they tried a little first base as they've been readjusting. But I agree with you here. Would have done it on tomorrow's show. Brooks Lee is a guy to start the preemptive ad, because that's going to be a huge benefit to that offense. And he has been cooking.
Yeah, he certainly has. Another Minnesota Twins been cooking, David Festa. Now, this is a guy that Welsh has talked about a lot. And now I'm ready. My body's ready. I want to add him to my fantasy rosters. He is available in 90% of leagues. I picked him and Lee up last week, by the way, in anticipation because Paddock had been so bad. I didn't know Paddock was going to go to the IL. He did go to the IL. He's got a 3.82 ERA, 91 strikeouts, just 10 walks and 63
innings. Did they make a move for Paddock yet? Did they make the adjusted move in the rotation?
Officially, but when we started the show, I haven't checked anything in the last hour or so before the show. I was doing some other things.
What they would usually do in this type of situation would be bring up a relief pitcher for 3 or 4 days, and then you would line up. I gotta be honest with you, I didn't do this before. Probably would have done this for tomorrow. I need to probably see where David Festa lines up, because one of two things. Simeon Woods Richardson is going today, and I've said for a while David Festa, before Paddock got hurt, I thought he was tied to Simeon Woods Richardson, because if Richardson starts to struggle again and they take him out.
Here we go. 1 hour ago, Star Tribune is saying, again, just about an hour ago before we started the show, Thursday. It looks like Thursday he's going to get that.
Oh, Festa. They're saying Festa's. Yeah, it makes 100% sense. That's what I was going to say.
And no matter how he performs,
take that spot.
I'm okay. Like, I want to add him right now anyway. And if he performs poorly, give me some strikeouts. And let's give the guy a break.
He's actually going to be here in Arizona. I should go.
Oh my God. What are you doing? Why are you even here right now? Start being outside. One more name too. Aroldis Chapman, 30% rostered right now. Bednar dealing with some side issues. We've seen what happens sometimes when that happens. So if you're looking for saves in deeper leagues, maybe Chapman could be that guy. So those are the names this week. Again, Festa, Brooks Lee, Aroldis Chapman, and Spencer Turnbull. Those are guys that I'm looking at in the waiver wire for week 14, and you should be too.